Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Good afternoon, people. Good afternoon, my folks. You all got Mr. Harvey sitting there looking intently at the screen. He ready to say something. I don't know what the hell it is, but he ready to say something. He got something on his mind.
I just want to say this. I appreciate the few people that's watching us, but I'm gonna tell you something. You need to click on likes and share this doggone video that we be doing, which we've been doing for almost damn near 10 years. And I'm upset because we're not getting 10 and 15 and 20 and 30,000 people listening to our stuff. Now, we're not asking you to listen to the whole hour, but just listen to about 15 minutes, something that interests you that we're talking about, and comment, and like and subscribe. You know, we are two opinionated people, but we bring facts.
Very opinionated people. and
We
something
bring facts.
and something rare and stuff here is that we have a long history and stuff that a lot of these folks don't have. Some of these people you guys are seeing on TV, when we were very small, they wasn't even a twinkle in their mama's eye. They have no idea what the hell happened. So there's some history here. I mean, a lot of history and stuff there that we're trying to give to you folks and everything each day that we sitting up here on this show. I enjoy myself. I don't know about Ted and stuff, but I enjoy myself. I enjoy talking to you guys. I enjoy doing what I'm doing. If I didn't, I probably wouldn't be doing this every day because I look forward to it. I spend, and I don't know about Ted, but I spend at least 4 hours a day getting ready for my show. Usually, some days I don't. Some days I get lazy, or something happen, or some disaster happen. I can't do that. But most of the time, I spend a lot of time putting together stuff for you guys to listen to, things that are relevant to you all.
Well, you say 4 hours, I do 8 hours.
How many?
8.
8.
Well, and here's the thing. You know, I got my eyes are not that good. That's why I wear these shades. But the point is that I used to read 2 books a day for years. I got hundreds of books over here. The thing is that you can read all the books you want, and some of that stuff sticks and some of it doesn't. But sometimes it comes up and it comes out, and you might get a revelation from whatever I read. Now the question is that at least what I try to do is follow the money. There's always a reason behind people's motives. It's either power or money, and both of
Or
them
both.
pretty much go together.
Or both, yeah.
So now the thing is that this man's been gone for a whole week. He shows up and he's supposed to have some fantastic damn idea. And the only thing he's gonna do is move the headquarters from Colorado, or headquarters of what they call Space Con, from Colorado to back to Huntsville, Alabama. Now the reason why he's doing it because he's been people have been lobbying to him, calling him up, because that's money. Alabama is hurting. They need money to come through there. They need government money. And those people, meaning whatever, how many people's in that headquarters, they got to move all their stuff back to Alabama. And that's money. And then plus you get all those extra dollars that comes through there. Now, Colorado is a Democrat state, which do mail-in ballots. So this is his way of getting revenge with Colorado. So it's all about the money, and it's all about power, and it's all about revenge. And you President Biden moved it from Alabama to Colorado. I don't know the significance of it. I was trying to read it before we came on the air. However, I didn't get a chance to do that. But it don't matter. Everything's about money and politics. Today, I listened to 826, the committee of the DNC, and they sitting up here arguing about some shit that happened in 2016 because one of the people was put in as the chairman of DNC, and they didn't go by the rules. And they spent an hour, I listened to them for about an hour, they spent an hour arguing about that. And I was thinking to myself, I said, now I didn't watch the GOP committee meetings. And let me tell you, bro, they on one accord. Boom. Ain't no arguing. They just pass stuff. Okay, second, boom, 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 boom. That's it. These people got to all have a. See, and the Democratic Party is very rigid, very political, very, people want titles. Because when you get those titles, the way you're supposed to do it, you work in the DNC and you may do some things that really move the needle, then you might get a White House appointment. Well, the Republicans aren't to do that. They don't do that. They just hire people, whoever they want to hire, friends, relatives, cronies, all that. They don't go through all them changes. And then some of them that's on the committee might make it through in the White House. But this is a new day. We're in different times. You shouldn't be spending your energy playing them games. You got to start talking about strategy. You got to start talking about getting people to vote. We got enough people to win that are registered to vote. But the only question is, how do you get these people to vote? Now, I listen to Tabitha a lot. She's very astute, very informative, and she's right. She was talking about the left and how the left decided they was going to vote for Jill Stein because they was all upset about Gaza. And they have millions of followers, and that's 9 times out of 10 reason why a lot of people didn't even vote because she was, she was all on all the stations and all of that, like she means, and then you don't never hear from this woman for another 4 years. Now she's from UCLA. She's a medical doctor. She got all the money she wants, but she runs every 4 years, knowing damn well she's not going to be nominated, but she takes hundreds of thousands of votes from the Democratic Party. Because some of the stuff she's saying might be right and a lot of stuff she's saying is wrong. But the point is, those left people comes against the Democratic Party because they want their own party, the Green Party, the whatever party, and they never get nowhere. So they just vote against their own interests because they don't like the Democratic Party. Well, the Democratic Party is what they call is a everybody's under the tent. All issues are on the table. You might not agree to that, but I agree to what Martin Luther King says. Nobody should be left behind. I don't care what your ideology is as far as your way of lifestyle or whatever. Nobody should be left behind because we live in a free country. It's supposed to be free. So I don't know what these leftists want because we already know, it's only going to be a two-party system. Now you can have as many parties you want to, and they got them all up there. They be running all kind of little different parties, and they take a few votes here and a few votes there. But y'all don't realize every vote counts. What you need to do is focus on what party is doing the best for the people, and it's damn sure ain't the Republican Party. Is the Democratic Party perfect? No, hell no. They far from perfect. But I'm going to vote my own interests. The best interest for the American people, and that's the Democratic Party. So you're going against really a progressive party who's for diversity, equity, and inclusion, which tells me, what is that about? So what is the left beef? What is their beef? I don't know. I really don't know what their beef is. You want total socialism, total Marxism, you want total communism, what is that? This country will never be a socialist country. We have social tendencies. We got a lot of social things that's going on. The whole police force is socialist. The whole military is socialist. These state employees are social. Who do you think pay their salary? It's the taxpayers. So I don't understand where you're coming from. Now, what you need to be doing is focus on making things better instead of spending all your energy. I'm talking about these leftist people, spending all your energy trying to stop the Democrats or voting against the Democrats. Run for office and then do your views. You got Bernie Sanders. He's a well-known social democrat. He don't say nothing. He don't do nothing. All he do is say the same damn thing for the last 20 years. What runs this country is business. That's what runs this country. And and 47 is trying to destroy it in every way he can. That's my rant for today.
Oh, wow. Well, while Mr. Harvey was sitting there talking, people, I had some notes here and I was putting down. Before we came on the air, I was mentioning to Ted about the fact that the European Union president was almost had a very, very bad accident in the air. Luckily, she came back out alive and everything is okay, but they're blaming the Russia and stuff for trying to kill her because they shut down the plane's GPS system. How they did it, I have no idea. What made them think that it was Russia who did it, I have no idea. Well, all I know is that they got it all across, especially the European Union, that Ursula von der Leyen, whatever her last name is very lucky to be alive right today. A lot of things going on around this world. And all these things are affecting our little country right here, United States. We got those countries that's going to, they call it the Shanghai Economic uh, Organization, Commercial Organization, SCO. And there's a bunch of countries and stuff over there in Shanghai, which is part of China. And Yao Jinping is over there playing the big dog and the leader and stuff of the group and everything. We got India there because they told the United States we're not going to deal with you guys. They got Saudi Arabia there. They got Iran there. They got Brazil there. They got almost 20 some countries and stuff that being representative and stuff there in that consortium because they are trying to block out our country and isolate us and not being able to deal with us as far as these tariffs and all this other stuff because right now most of you guys and stuff do not realize and stuff and everything but your prices are going up, we're losing jobs, and we're not getting any monies in from these folks as little as possible. You've got Canada and stuff who has almost cut us off. You got Mexico who's almost cut us off, but we are still getting product and stuff into this country and stuff, but it is at a tremendously reduced rate. Yesterday, I guess after you guys off the air and stuff, I told Ted that Walmart is closing down stores in some of these red states. They're closing down their Walmart stores in these least productive little towns or whatever out there in these red states because, in essence, they told Trump about 2 or 3 months ago that they aren't getting their products and stuff in from overseas, and they are refusing or they are adding that cost on to their consumers, who is us, because he's added those tariffs on. And since we're getting a lot of our materials from overseas, from either China or we're getting a lot in from Canada, these people and stuff are refusing to trade with us and everything because of these crazy tariffs that Trump has enacted upon his country. So all you folks out there who getting ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff and everything, expect you all prices to go up absolutely out of sight. So you can all start telling your little children and stuff and everything. If Trump doesn't reverse what the heck he's doing and everything, it's gonna be a sad Christmas for a whole lot of people here in this country. Get ready. It's happening. And those numbers and stuff that we've been getting in for our labor people and stuff so they can determine and stuff how the labor forces and stuff are going and how this country's going to be going. Trump got some bad numbers last month. He fired the guy or the woman. Ted said it was a woman. I thought it was a guy. But they fired him. Well, the new guy and stuff and everything, he's still trying to get confirmed, and he's trying, and he hasn't got his feet wet. So inevitably, this coming Friday, we're not going to get any numbers in for our workforce out there. But a lot of private companies and stuff now, they're putting out their own data, and it is not looking good, folks. I don't know if anybody watched it, but I know Ted watches it most of the time. But the stock market went down today. It dropped because they understand that this bad news is coming. And our president, for some reason or another, wants to bother them Fed people and bring down the interest rates. Why he wants to bother them folks, I have no idea. They are the ones who are helping to keep this country up and to keep us at an even keel here. But he wants them to lower the interest rates. And even some of his governors that he has appointed already don't really want to lower those interest rates and everything because it will be disastrous if he does. Disastrous. So if he gets his way, he's going to accelerate what is going on in this country right now. It is going to be really bad. And people might think because they're lowering the interest rates, that's a good thing. It's not, people. It definitely is not. We won't get into that. It's a long, drawn out discussion. Here we go. Uh, Feds today passed down a ruling that Trump illegally brought those troops and stuff into LA. And they are telling them that they can't bring any more troops into those cities and stuff in California. What they're going to do about Chicago, I have no idea. Because if most of you all look back, we don't look at the rulings and stuff that comes from the Supreme Court. But one of their rulings and stuff that they did in the early part of the summer and everything, they had a federal court to make a ruling and stuff. And once they make a ruling, it goes all across the country. Everybody in the whole country and stuff and everything have to abide by this court's ruling. Well, when the folks who lost the case and stuff, I forgot the name of the case that lost that case, but they filed an appeal to the Supreme Court saying that if a federal court makes a ruling, that ruling is only going to happen in that federal court district. It does not apply to any other federal districts and stuff outside the one where the judge makes a ruling. And they said that was okay. So that's the reason why I'm telling you and stuff. I have no idea what's going to happen in Chicago, but the federal judge in the district where California is at made a ruling, and Trump cannot bring any more troops and stuff into California. But as usual, they kept Trump's decisions and stuff to put those troops and stuff into California, and they held it in abeyance and stuff and everything, the enforcement in abeyance to allow the Trump administration to appeal their decision to the Supreme Court. Why these federal judges and stuff are doing this now, I have no idea. You make a ruling, stick by it. It's almost like we might as well not even go to the federal appeals court. You might as well take your fight to the Supreme Court and bypass all them other folks and just put it on them, because if you get a favorable ruling, they're gonna let that thing stay, just like they did in the federal appeals court and everything when the court for the trade went through and said it was illegal for him to add a tariff. They kept the tariffs in effect until the appeals court made their ruling. Well, the appeals court then made their ruling in the tariff. And the appeals court, like everything else happened, they said, we're going to leave these tariffs in effect, even though they said it was illegal, that he did not have the authority to do it. They left his executive order in place until it gets to the Supreme Court again. This is a mess, people. If you make a ruling, it should take effect right then. If they want to appeal it and everything, they can appeal it and do what the heck they want to do, but they need to stop this mess going on because they're holding the American people or any other folks and stuff hostages and everything, and you don't need to be held hostage if they find that this stuff is what he's doing is illegal. And most of the time, when they say it's illegal, he does not have the authority to do anything. The only people who has authority to do what he is doing is Congress to put these troops and stuff over there. He can't do that unless there's an act of Congress that happens to allow him to put these troops here. He can't enact tariffs and stuff. The only people who have the authority to, according to the Constitution, is the Congress. They don't have the authority to do it, and they cannot give him that authority and stuff against the Constitution. So there's a lot of mess going on, people, and it is affecting us, the everyday people who are sitting down here every day, going to the store, paying these tariffs and stuff because these companies, and I do not blame them, they cannot keep on paying for these tariffs and stuff that they know is illegal because according to all you folks out there, this tariff is a tax on the American people. Before this product that these companies have ordered gets into our customs, it sits there. And the people who ordered it, even though they paid the other company, out the foreign companies and stuff for their product, when it reaches these ports and everything, it is held in customs and stuff, and they can't get it until the company pays the tariffs. When the company pays the tariffs and stuff, then whatever they do with their product after that and everything is up to the company. Well, they've been paying the tariffs, and then they've been passing part of the monies and stuff off to the consumer. Some of them have decided and everything that, well, we might pay the whole tariff and don't charge the American people and stuff for it. Or they might call up the company that they're buying this stuff from and say, hey, why don't you lower the prices of the product that you bring into this country and stuff, and then we be able to buy your product and then give it to the American people, and all the tariffs won't be borne by the American people. Well, these foreign countries said we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Lower our prices. You can't get your all act together in your all's country. We don't care. The reason why China is having that big conference over there in Singapore, Shanghai, is because all the countries and stuff who are in that big commune over there and everything are trading tariff free. They have free trade going on between all those countries. They don't pay no tariffs.
Let's say this. Let me just explain this. Very elementary. You have to look at the individual GDP of each country. Our individual GDP is right around 70,000. India, pretty low. China, pretty low. Russia, pretty low. And all other countries. That means that they would have to lower their products that they sell. Now, the one reason why China is collaborating with Russia and Iran, because they can get that oil. Now, we are the most abundance of oil and processed oil, cheapest of oil in the world. And they want that American oil. You got Sudan, they nickel and diamond, and they want to make their stuff last so that they can get the better price and all that. But here's the thing. 47 got them tied up because it's selling them all kind of weapons to fight Yemen. It's all connected.
But
Now the thing is that
there's a little point of order and stuff in there. They can sell them weapons and stuff, but they have to get the raw materials to make the weapons, and
they already sold a bunch of weapons.
And they're not getting the raw materials from China.
They
Making
already
weapons.
made. They already sold a bunch of weapons to Saudi already.
Well,
The point
they
is, and what I'm trying to make is that when China has so many products that they have to get rid of every year because they got to keep those people working and making money.
got to stay working.
And United States is their biggest market because we buy a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. The question is, can China hold out for 2 or 3 years? Because what's going to happen is they're going to lose out on dealing with us.
That's not true.
Oh, I think they're going to lose out.
That's not true.
Because see, here's the thing, and this you say is not true, but let me say this: China do not open their borders for trade.
They have.
That's the big issue.
That's what they over there in Shanghai for right now, to open up them borders, to open up their trade,
For United States,
so they
they
can
don't
sell
do it.
their products and stuff to these other countries.
For United States,
And
they
the
don't do
reason
it.
why India is there, because they have the largest population, 1.5 billion people. That's a big market for them to get into. A
They don't have the
huge
money
market.
though, bro.
Huge market. Well, they don't care about the money. They want to produce the product so they can get it out there, keep their factories and their people working. They don't care about their money. They want to be able to open that market up, keep their people
This is
working.
what China's all about. It's the money.
But they want to keep their folks working too. They have to keep their people working. They want to have full employment all the time. And if they
Who are
have
you
to
talking
sell,
about? Which
if they
one?
have
Which
to sell
country are you
their
talking
product
about?
at a lower price to somebody else, as long as they're producing it and everything, and they're getting their product out the door, they don't care, because eventually they are going to get their money
But you're
back.
talking about a whole different class of people, bro. You
No,
know,
we're
when you're
not.
talking about India, you're talking about a whole different type of people.
No, we're
You
not.
have extreme poverty there. You have classism there. You only
Correct.
have about maybe out of the 101.5 trillion billion people, you probably lucky if you got 500 million people that can buy those products.
And that's enough. That's
No, it's
more than
not.
that's more than our country. As long as they can get more than
They're
our
not going
country,
to be buying stuff like that.
they're
They make
going
a
to
lot of
buy
their
it.
own stuff,
Those
and they have a
people are
different
going
culture.
to buy it. They got
Okay,
money.
hey, I'm not going to
They're
argue
going to
with you. I'm
buy
just
it.
telling you they have a different culture.
They're going to buy it.
They
I
don't
guarantee
buy
you.
like America.
They're going to buy it.
They
They're going to
don't buy
buy
like
enough to
America,
keep their
bro.
factories going. That's exactly what they want to happen. They want to
India
keep their
don't
factories going,
India
and they
don't
want to sell
export hardly
product.
anything.
And they want to sell products to Iran.
India
They
don't
want to sell
export
products to,
anything, bro. They don't
and
hardly
they're
export
and they're
anything. Don't
they're
think
putting their tentacles into
do
Africa,
you,
and they opening up markets and
India
stuff there.
India, in case I don't know if you know it or not, but they're self-sustaining.
No, they're
They don't
not.
export a lot of stuff.
Yes, they do. You haven't been looking at them. I've been doing my
What do
research
they
with them.
export? Ed?
I've been doing their research
I
with
just
them.
asked you a
They have
question.
a
What do they
lot of products
export?
that they're researching. They have
What do
factories
they
going on there
export,
that
Ed?
they sell. They are exporting all kinds of. They're
What?
exporting raw. They're exporting raw materials. They're exporting.
What raw
They're
materials
exporting.
that they have?
Yes, they're exporting their coal,
What?
and most of the shoes and stuff that gets into this country and stuff comes from India.
No.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Go back and do
The
your
people
research,
that
my
make
brother.
the
I've
shoes,
been doing my research. I've
the
been
people
going
that
out
make
there.
the shoes is
My four
Italy,
hours I've spent.
Vietnam,
My four
all
hours
those
I've spent.
Asiatic countries. They the ones
My
that make the
four
shoes.
hours I've spent researching India, China, and in most of those countries in the Far East. That's all I look at. That's all I look at. I
You
don't
ain't showing me
even
no
look at.
evidence,
I
bro.
don't look at anything going on here in the
You ain't
United
giving me
States.
no evidence.
Yes, well, we'll have the evidence. I'll be putting it out there. I'll be putting it out there. All the numbers. I don't deal with no writing no numbers and stuff down. I'm telling you what's going on. They have huge factories and stuff over there that are producing new shoes. Most of the shoes that they produce are coming here in the United States. Why do you think that they were so upset with the United States when they put a 50% tariff on them? if they didn't sell a whole lot of stuff to our country and export it to our country, they would not be upset about a 50% tariff. Not as bad as they are. They were upset totally. People don't get upset if you put a 50% tariff on them if they are not selling goods to this country or any other country. You don't. You have to have a market and stuff for their products, and that's why they're in China, because they need to have a market there. They got to have a market to sell their products. They don't import everything they need. Not like Japan. Japan is the only one that you can probably say that about because they don't make hardly nothing. It's a very small country. Anyway, man, I had all my thoughts and stuff are thrown off here. You done throw my thoughts off. Bernie Sanders.
Well, that's because you don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, I do. I know what I'm talking about. You go back and check and see. I guarantee that's where they coming from. They got some. They got huge shoe plants and stuff there in India. Anyway, Mr. Bernie Sanders, I got to give the old boy credit. He's 80 some years old, but that little rascal and everything is moving around this country and stuff and everything, and he's holding rallies
Talking loud and saying nothing.
he's holding rallies everywhere. He's holding rallies. He's getting people together, no matter what the
Talking
heck he
loud and
says.
saying nothing.
And but he talking loud, and that's all we need. Somebody out there to say something. To bring people together to start doing something. Hopefully, something will happen
Well, are they going to vote for the
from all this
Democratic
rally.
Party? That's the question.
Well, we ain't worried about the voting yet. 26 is it's a year and a half away, year and 3 months away. So it's a lot of time there. So all he wants to do is rally the people and stuff and get them riled up and everything so they can hit them daggone streets and everything. Because if you listen to Fox News and stuff and what they're saying, the first thing they're telling us, or some of the things they're saying us, is that well, the people are okay with this because they're not out in the street. They're okay with Trump policy because we don't hear them out in the streets protesting or saying anything. So he's trying to rally them up to get them out in the streets to say something, and other than to sit back and allow that crap to happen. I praise him. I think he's doing a hell of a job. Whatever he's doing, he and AOC, keep on. They got my backing because somebody need to be out there saying something. That's all I'm saying.
I
That's what I
don't
got to.
disagree to that.
That's what I got to say. Whatever they're doing better than some of these folks over there in the Democratic Party. Do something, even if it's wrong. Do something. Now, if some other people were out there doing something and they were bringing people all together and stuff, yep, I might go with them and say, well, Bernie, you need to get the hell out the way and stuff. Let these folks handle it. But ain't nobody out there doing nothing. He's out there in an empty space. Ain't nobody occupying that space but him. Occupy that space, Bernie. Keep going, my brother. Uh, Thursday, I'm going to be looking at the Senate committee and stuff who's dealing with our healthcare folks and everything, and I'm going to be sitting down there intently watching what they are saying and stuff when they bring our Health and Human Services Secretary, Mr. Robert Kennedy, and stuff before the Senate committee and stuff to find out what the hell he's doing and can they be able to get that little knucklehead Simon Gunn to retire or resign, which I doubt. But at least I want to hear him say, open his mouth and tell them why he's doing what the hell he's doing. Or will he tell them like they used to tell him, kiss my butt? Yeah, only person I'm dealing with and everything now is Donald Trump. If Donald Trump tell me to go, I will. If he don't tell me to go, I'm gonna stay here in my job and do exactly what the hell I'm doing. And you guys can't stop me. I'm hoping he say that. I'm looking for him to say it. To tell them senators and stuff that you put him in office and you can't control him. Anyway, Ted, what else you got to say here? We got 12 more minutes.
Well, the whole thing is that these business people, corporations, they they got their taxes. They're getting their deregulations. However, they have realized that, and I'm gonna just put it right out there. When you got 25 million people that's undocumented or probably more, scared to death, don't want to come to work, or want to come to work but can't come to work, or a lot of them are leaving, going back to wherever they came from independently. The money is not being spent, bro. They spend money. So I don't know, how it is in Georgia, but here in Florida, hell, you can't get to the stores, bro. They all in the stores on Saturday, spending money. They worked all week, they spending money. And when they buying stuff, that's when people is making money. When you talking about 25, 30, 40 million people, whoever, whatever it is, that's a lot of money, products that's not being bought. And this is going to hurt American people. The question is that here's the thing: those white supremacists, those people, they want all, they want them to get, they want to get down to, they want to get the Latinos no more than 50 million people. That's their goal. I'm putting it out there. That's their goal. They want the rest of them to get out. 50 million people. That's manageable. Just like it's 50 million of us, 50 million. 50 million Irish. Do you know the country of Ireland? Ireland only have 5 million people, but you got 50 million Irish people here.
Got more money.
And
Yep.
did you hear what he just said yesterday? We're going to allow 600,000 students from China to come here.
That's he lying to people. They ain't them people ain't coming here, and he lying. He just saying that shit. That's some more bullshit. That's a bunch of BS. Now, to step on top of that whole thing, they do spend a lot of money here. But guess what, people? These daggone Republicans, they will sit there and lie to you and tell you every daggone lie in the world to get you to believe what the heck they said. Now, they then took and cut Medicaid completely out. But one of the things that they keep telling the American people is that these illegal immigrants are taking your Medicaid. So we're passing laws so they can't take your Medicaid. Now, that is a damn lie because these people cannot get, if you're illegal in this country, you can't get Medicaid, people. It's been on the laws for a long time. You cannot get Medicaid if you're an illegal immigrant.
If
Okay?
you give them Medicaid and you working for the government, you going to jail.
Yeah, you can't do that. They cannot get Medicaid, people. They cannot get Medicare. And they cannot receive a Social Security check. They pay into the
Now,
system that they ain't even getting anything out of.
well, the scam is this, Ed, though. If your child was born here, they can apply for SSI, and they can, and for their children, they can apply for food stamps because their children are legal. They're American.
They they can, but they can apply for it, Ted, but most of them are not getting it because if they're
Well, I'm just
illegal,
telling you that I know for a fact because when I worked at the bank, these people had a bunch of SSI checks because they had 3, 4 children.
now and probably back then era, but right now, most of them are not going to be applying for that stuff because if they are here, if the parents are here illegally, they're putting themselves in jeopardy.
Well, yeah, it's a little stricter
That the
now,
ICE
of
folks
course.
gonna come right up in there. Okay, you come on back here tomorrow, and they got ICE people sitting there waiting on them to
I
take
agree.
their
I
butts
agree. I
right
mean,
back out of this
it's a
country.
big difference now.
Yeah, there's no way that they're sitting down there doing that because just like you just said, they don't want to come to work because the ICE folks are waiting on it. Well, they are not looking for them benefits either because the ICE people can be sitting right there waiting on them.
But
If
they
they
got aunties and uncles that's
if
legal.
they applying this stuff for their children. Now, if they've already got it and they in the system and they ain't got to go down there and say anything, they'll probably be saying okay. But if they ever got to go down there and if people see that they are illegals, they gonna they take a chance of being arrested. Anyway,
I agree.
people, what else we talking about here? I started shit. Let me look at my notes here. Oh yeah, in Ukraine, they had the day because yesterday was Labor Day. It was not Labor Day outside of this country, but in Ukraine, like they're starting the first days of school there in Ukraine. And the president of Ukraine and stuff made an effort and stuff to uh, meet some of these children whose parents and stuff were in this war with Russia, and he came to these schools and stuff, and they made a real big deal out of the fact that kids and stuff were getting off to school, and hopefully he can make an awareness that that the Russians and stuff and everything will not be attacking these children and stuff while they're going to school. It was kind of a it was kind of a show and everything for the media and everything, but it was good to see that the president came to these schools and everything and acknowledged these kids and stuff and the sacrifices they were making allowing their parents and stuff to uh, be off in that war. So anyway, I thought that was a nice gesture and stuff on his part. It didn't mean a whole heck of a lot and everything, but the gesture and stuff to be there with the kids and stuff and everything uh, was really nice. I thought it was fairly nice. Uh, we are seeing and stuff now, people, that our president and his cronies, Mr. Bassett, and that knucklehead Lutnick, I'm gonna call him Lutnuck, or whatever the heck he is, they're still sitting around there telling people that they have an agreement with the European Union, a trade agreement with them. But if you go and talk to France and Germany and a couple other those countries there in the European Union, they ain't got no trade agreement with them. There is no trade agreement. So when you hear Bessick and Lutnuck tell you all, we got these agreements and stuff, and they all lined up, and everybody that's coming in for the trade agreement, they're lying to you. They don't have any trade agreements. Listen to the news. Listen to the folks from Russia. I'm sorry, from Germany and from France, these presidents and vice and premiers and stuff from these countries, and let the news people ask them, where's this trade agreement and stuff with you guys? And they're going to tell you all, we do not have a trade agreement with the United States. Now, Ursula, in her infinite wisdom, had a meeting with President Trump when he came over there, and they had a understanding that this is what they might do. But people, it does not speak for the entire European Union. She just is their figurehead. That's it. She can make an agreement with Trump, but the people in the European unions in Europe are going to have to agree to that, and they have not agreed to that. So we don't have no agreement with the European Union. Okay, if you hear him say that, it's not true. We also supposed to have an agreement with Japan because Trump told us that they're going to give us $800 million or $600 million, I think it was. But Trump is the one who's going to tell them how to spend their money. Well, Japan says we ain't giving Trump shit. We ain't got no agreement. People, these folks will sit there on these news shows and they will lie to your face.
And then the news people don't even
They
correct
don't
them.
say nothing to them about you lying. Well, they brought Lutnick on one of them shows on Sunday, and they asked him, "Where's all this glorious news and stuff that's supposed to be coming down the pipe?" Because he had told them back in March. He said, "Well, by the third quarter, we're going to have our economy is going to be glowing. It's going to be glowing because the first two quarters and stuff that we're going through that belongs to Biden, but we will." When the third quarter gets in here, our illustrious president and all of his deal making and stuff is going to make us country look like we are flowing along and everything is great. We're in the third quarter, people. Have you seen your grocery prices go down? Hell no. It's getting worse. But if you ask Lutnick right now, he's going to still tell you, well, our president, he's doing a hell of a job and everything's going to be fine. Anyway, people, we're at the end here. If Mr. Harvey doesn't have anything else to say, I guess we'll get off the air and let you folks and stuff have it. But remember what Ted said, people, at the beginning of the show. Just like us. You ain't got to watch the whole show. Just skip through it if you want to and everything and find the good parts. Okay? Put a like down there. Subscribe to the channel. We need you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.